Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, today I'm going to make a research on the topic of the relationship between the location of a sugar cane and the price of the sugar cane. My full name is Shakhobiddin Shermatov, and if you have any questions or suggestions in terms of my research, you can contact me through the email that's shown in the research paper. It is shermatov at tsue.uz, and uh, I am from the Tashkent State University of Economics and World Economy and International Economic Relations Department. And here is my ORCID number. You can uh, type this number in the website of ORCID and go to my web page. Okay, here is keywords that I'm going to use during my research. Okay, they are the descriptive statistics, correlation coefficient, regression, and histogram. Okay, let's start with literature review. Okay, over the few decades, the world has been faced with an increase in the consumption of raw materials and waste generation in agriculture and agro-industrial activities due to the significant advances of agribusiness. Thus, the special attention has been focused on minimizing these effluents and in their roles. Uh, and these are also the, let's say, notes from the researchers, from professional researchers, and uh, if you want to read it by yourself, you can read um, the research paper. Okay. Uh, when it comes to the introduction, in the 24th century, the sugar cane became one of the most important plants as it provides with sugar, which each person uses in everyday life. As areas where the sugarcane is planted become smaller, the cost of sugar gets more expensive. The aim of this research is to analyze the relationship between the price of sugarcane and its location in Bangladesh. Okay, let's go to the next part, which is results. First of all, I decided to get the overall summary of the observation. Overall, uh, in my research, I decided to observe 34 observations, and as you can see from the table 1, the table 1 shows the summarized information about the research. The number of the observations is 34, and the minimum and maximum prices of sugarcane are $0.74 and $1.85 respectively, while the average price is $1.14. The locations where the sugarcane was planted were between about 28.9 and 129.7 hectares. The average area where the sugarcane was planted was about 56.8 hectares. Okay, let's go to the next result. Okay, here is a correlation between the price of the sugarcane and the area of the sugarcane. As you can see, there is a relationship between the price of the sugarcane and the area of the sugarcane where it's planted. As there is a small relationship between the price of sugarcane with the area. The next graph, the next graph is the area of the sugarcane planted in thousands of hectares in the region of Bangladesh, and What does this graph give us? This graph gives us the fitted fitted value of the areas uh, that most of the sugarcane were planted in these areas. As you can see, there is a positive relationship between the uh, price of the sugarcane and the area of the sugarcane. As the price of the sugarcane, as the area of the sugarcane is, let's say, located far from the market or far from the uh, manufacturing company, the cost of sugarcane became much more expensive. And let's go to the next part. Okay, here is the person pairwise correlation test result. We tested the person correlation coefficient to find how much the variables are dependent on each other. The area of sugar cane has almost 52% positive effect on the price of sugar cane, as you can see in the table 2. And also we analyzed the Spearman correlation coefficient to prove the person correlation coefficient. According to the results, the probability of the effect of area on the cost of sugar cane is equal to 0.16, but the probability should be under 0.05. That's why the area has small effect or no effect on the price of sugar cane. Here is the table. There are 34 observations, and this Spearman correlation coefficient proves 24% the Pearson correlation coefficient, and the test of hypothesis, we put hypothesis here that uh, that the probability should be under 0.05, but as you can see, the result is bigger. It is 0.16. That's why we can say that there is very little relationship between the cost of the sugarcane and the area of the sugarcane. Here is a third graph, which shows the price of sugarcane price of the sugarcane to the density. We investigated whether the given data is normal distributed or not by using histograms. It's revealed that the data is not normally distributed because the data is not fully organized. Is a fourth graph. Here is a fourth graph. You can see that the next histogram is also, the fourth graph is also not normally distributed because of the shortage of information. Okay, in the fifth graph, it's important. We decided to get a graph box that the graph box gives such kind of results. What does this graph means? It means that 75 of the price of sugarcane is between approximately $1 and around $1.3, while the medium is $1.15. The other remaining prices are over 1.3 or lower $1. The price once hit over $1.8. In graph 6, the 70% of the area consists of around 45 and 55 hectares are the remaining 25% is over 55 hectares or lower 45 hectares. The three areas are over 55 hectares. Yeah, as you can see, here are uh, the area of the sugarcane. You can see that most of the areas that the sugarcane was planted were among 45 hectares to 55 hectares approximately, and you can see here the three dots, which they mean that sometimes the area of the sugarcane became larger than, the common areas They were one of, as you can see, two of the areas were over 100 hectares, and we also used the Shapiro will test to ensure that the data is normally distributed. If the p-value is greater than 0.05, it means the data is normally distributed. In a given table, p-value of the variables are lower than 0.05, which means our data is not normally distributed. And here is the next result. Here is the table. You can see it's a linear regression, and what we get from this linear regression, first of all, we should say that this table provided below uh, indicates the most important information about the research. The regression analysis has been used to estimate the model of sugarcane prices. The main purpose of this analysis is to explain the relationship between dependent and independent variables. There are 34 observations in our research, and as you can see, the probability of F reveals the imperishability and accuracy of the model, and it should be uh, lower than 0.05. In our table, it equals to 0.001, which means our model is robust and accurate. And when it comes to R squared is a percentage of the dependent variable variations that a linear model experiences. It is obvious that in our model, data points are close to the regression line, and independent variables experience 27% of the dependent variable. Okay, let's go to the next part of the results, which is a histogram. Histogram, yeah. We use this histogram to check the normality test for residuals, as the residuals are uh, normally distributed. And here is kurtosis test for normality to ensure the histogram normality test, which is a visual from we tested skewness test for normality. The probability of residuals should be more than 0.05. In our data it is 0.63, and it means residuals are not normally distributed. And the next step, we observed linear prediction and its density. The graph below shows that the linear prediction is normally y hat is normally distributed. And in the seventh table, we check skewness test for checking normality is provided. Line of prediction y hat is normally distributed as the probability is more than 0.05. Okay, okay, as given table provides information says the data is normally distributed since the probability is over 0.05. In our next graph, we found that there is a positive relationship between the residuals and the line of prediction y hat and e hat. Here you can see the line of prediction and price of the sugarcane divided price of the sugarcane, yeah, and it's a correlation between y hat and e hat. Okay, this is the conclusion of our research, and coming to the conclusion, we can end our research by pointing out that the areas where the sugarcane canes are planted have 27% effect to the price of sugarcane. The relationship between them is positive if the area of the sugarcane is located far from the market or the factory. The price of sugarcane will increase. And here are the references which I used uh, to fill my research. and thank you very much for your attention.